With the final decision taken to run the Halo in 2018 as late as July, it meant that there was a huge amount of work, not just for Mercedes, but for the entire Formula One sport to do in order to be ready for the start of the new season.
Every time the Halo saved a F1 driver's life, even drivers don't like it in their cars. Our champ Mad Max doesn't like it in his car, but they save his and many other drivers' lives.
Max? I think as soon as I have that thing on my car, I don't like it, and I'm not even sitting in the car. So the excitement is already gone before I'm even sitting in the car.
Let me explain the Halo, how it saves F1 drivers' lives, and why they don't even like it. So what exactly is this thing? The Halo is essentially a protective ring made from titanium, one of the strongest materials on Earth. It sits above the driver's head, forming a curved bar that can withstand the weight of a double-decker bus. Yeah, you heard that right. 12,000 kilograms of force.
The Halo is a mandatory head protection device introduced into the sport in 2018. Constructed from aerospace industry grade 5 titanium, it can withstand the weight of a London double-decker bus. It is the strongest part of the car, yet it weighs only 7 kilos. Formula One is inherently a dangerous sport where drivers risk their lives every lap. The Halo is the latest step in the relentless development of driver safety.
The FIA introduced it in 2018 after years of research and testing, and the reaction, absolutely brutal. Sebastian Vettel called it horrible. It looks terrible. I don't like it, and I wouldn't like to see it on my car. Max Verstappen, even more direct. He said as soon as he saw it on his car, he hated it, without even sitting in it.
Yeah, I agree with Max. It takes away some of the passion that Formula One is all about. And, you know, when you look at the car, if it's ugly, you know, Formula One cars aren't ugly. They're not meant to be ugly. There's a reason that, you know, a Ferrari is more exciting than a Mazda. It's something passion. And if it looks shit, it is shit.
Lewis Hamilton initially opposed it. Teams complained it ruined the aesthetics of F1. Fans said it blocked the view and made cars look like slippers. But the FIA didn't care. They made it mandatory anyway. And thank God they did. Let's be real, the complaints weren't completely baseless. Drivers argued the center pillar blocked their vision, especially on tracks with elevation changes. Imagine driving at 200 miles per hour and having a titanium bar in your line of sight. F1 is about speed, beauty, and engineering perfection. The Halo made cars look, well, like they were wearing protective headgear. The sleek, open cockpit look that defined F1 for decades, gone. Adding 7 kilograms to a car where every gram matters? Engineers had nightmares. What if a driver needed to get out quickly in a fire? Would the Halo trap them? Let's not sugarcoat it. Some drivers felt it went against the DNA of F1. Danger has always been part of racing. The Halo felt like admitting the sport was too dangerous. Max Verstappen summed it up perfectly. I think F1 is very safe at the moment as we are. But they were about to learn just how wrong that mindset was. Before we get to the lives the Halo saved, we need to talk about why it exists. July 19th, 2009. Henry Surtees, an 18-year-old Formula 2 driver. During a race at Brands Hatch, a loose tyre from another car struck him directly in the head. He didn't survive. He was just 18 years old. 6 days later, Felipe Massa, Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying. A spring detached from another car and hit Massa's helmet at 162 miles per hour. It fractured his skull. He survived, but barely. His career was never the same. October 5th, 2014. Jules Bianchi. The tragedy that changed everything. During a rain-soaked Japanese Grand Prix, Jules crashed into a recovery vehicle at high speed. His exposed helmet collided with the crane. He was put into an induced coma and tragically passed away 9 months later on July 17, 2015. The pattern was clear and horrifying. The driver's head was the most vulnerable part of the car. Open cockpits were a death trap waiting to claim the next victim. The FIA tested multiple designs, shields, screens, full canopies. After brutal testing, the titanium Halo won. It could handle the impacts that were killing drivers. In 2018, it became mandatory. The backlash was immediate. The vindication came even faster. Just months after introduction, Formula 2 drivers Makino and Fukuzumi collided. Fukuzumi's car launched into the air and came crashing down. His left rear wheel headed straight for Makino's head. Halo stopped it. Makino later admitted, "The Halo saved my life." Critics went silent, but F1 wasn't done testing the Halo's limits. First lap chaos. Nico Hülkenberg braked too late, launching Fernando Alonso's McLaren into the air. The car came down on Charles Leclerc's Halo with 13,000 pounds of force. 13,000 pounds. Without the Halo, Alonso's car would have landed directly on Leclerc's head. FIA analysis confirmed that Alonso's front wing end plate would have struck Leclerc's visor. Alonso himself said, "The Halo was a very good thing to have today." Alex Peroni hit a sausage curb at high speed in Formula 3. His car went absolutely flying, spinning through the air like a missile before landing upside down in the barriers. He walked away, fractured vertebra, but alive. Without the Halo, no chance. This is the one everyone remembers. The crash that shouldn't have been survivable. Lap 1. Grosjean collided with Kvyat and speared into the barriers at 137 miles per hour. The impact measured 67 Gs. His car split in two. The front half, with Grosjean inside, was buried in the barriers, completely engulfed in flames. For 28 seconds, the world thought we'd lost another driver. Then, through the inferno, he emerged. Alive. How? The Halo absorbed the impact and forced the steel barrier apart, creating just enough space for his head to survive. Without it, the barrier would have gone straight through the cockpit. Grosjean suffered burns to his hands and ankles. That's it. He should have died instantly. The Halo said, "Not today." Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, the most intense title fight in years, both refused to give an inch at the first chicane. Contact. Verstappen's Red Bull launched into the air off a curb. His rear tyre came down directly on Hamilton's head, or rather, directly on the Halo protecting it. Without it, Hamilton's head would have been crushed. The 7-time world champion would have been gone, just like that. Even Verstappen, who initially hated the Halo, benefited from the device he once criticised. First lap. George Russell's Mercedes touches Zhou's Alfa Romeo. Zhou's car flips upside down and slides across the gravel at high speed, scraping along the ground before wedging between the barrier and catch fence. The Halo was grinding against the asphalt, taking all the damage. Zhou was trapped, upside down, unable to escape. When they finally freed him, he had 0 injuries. 0. Zhou tweeted afterward, "I'm okay, all clear. Halo saved me today. So yeah. I was wrong about the Halo. A lot of us were. The drivers who said it was unnecessary? Wrong. The fans who said it ruined the sport's aesthetics? Wrong. Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, all wrong in their initial assessments. But here's what's beautiful. They all admitted it. Because when faced with the evidence, when you see drivers walking away from crashes that would have been fatal just years earlier, pride takes a backseat to reality. Halo is ugly. It does obstruct vision slightly. It adds weight. But you know what else it does? It brings drivers home alive. In a sport that has claimed legends like Ayrton Senna, Jim Clark, and Gilles Villeneuve, in a sport where danger has always been part of the DNA, the Halo represents something radical. The idea that we don't have to accept death as inevitable. So the next time you see that titanium ring sitting above a driver's head, remember, it's not just a safety device. It's the reason we haven't had to write another tribute. It's the reason kids still have their heroes. It's the reason families don't get that devastating phone call. The Halo might be F1's most hated piece of equipment, but it's also the most important innovation in the sport's history.